Have you ever felt like your brain is just completely out of ideas? There's a whole world out there, but nothing comes to mind or sounds exciting to draw.
Well, I have, and I'm here to help. In today's video, I want to share with you all of my resources to come up with initial drawing ideas. Hey there, I'm Clarissa. If you're new around here, welcome to my channel where I teach you how to draw. So if you're struggling to figure out what to draw, keep on watching because I'm gonna share with you all of the resources and tools I use to come up with the initial drawing idea, and also how I come up with ways to make my drawing ideas a little bit more interesting and less boring. So let's start. The first one is this app called ARTYGAMES by the YouTuber Jazza. In it, you're gonna find a ton of different drawing prompts and different categories, and a feature I really like is the custom idea generator, where you can create your own lists and then it randomizes and pick items from these different lists. So that is the tool that I'm using right now to come up with some themes and ideas for my mermaid drawings. The second one are these monthly challenges. So throughout the year, there are a ton of different art challenges, and that's a great way for you to, one, hop on a bandwagon and draw something that everyone is doing, and two, just have an idea or have some inspiration to go off of. The first challenge that I know of is Plein Air April, where people are drawing landscapes throughout the month of April. Then in May, we have Mermaid, so people are trying to draw one mermaid per day. The third one is Inktober, where you're supposed to draw with ink, but now it has grown to like this massive big deal on the internet. Then in November, there's Huevember, where you're supposed to use a different hue or a different color for monochromatic drawings each day of November. And then finally, this one's kind of new. It's like the advent calendar. So last December, I saw a lot of artists trying to do one Christmas-inspired drawing until like Christmas Day. I don't see it as super established in the digital art world yet. After that, a very obvious one is to look at pop culture, especially if you're trying to really increase engagement in your social media platforms. So keep an eye out for anything that is going currently viral. So if it is a Marvel movie or a TV show or something that people are really talking about, it's a great way for, one, you do some like character studies or like movie studies, and two, get higher engagement. So it's basically like knocking two birds with one stone. The next one are a couple of items that I have at home that have really helped me sometimes to come up with new ideas. The first one is this book, 365 prompts, drawing prompts, and it has literally just like 365 prompts. I have not done a lot of them, so if you are into like children's illustration, this might be a great idea for you. Otherwise, it's just a fun warm-up book. Then there are also story dice. So there's like a bunch of different ones on Amazon that you can find. These are dice that you throw, you come up with a story based on the dice that you throw, and from there you can come up with a drawing. The one I have is a fairy tale one. Each of these dice has a different kind of element to build up your fairy tale. So I have the environment, and I have like the challenge and the villain and the hero and the helper. So it's kind of fun to just pick some of them and actually like draw out of that. I really wanted it, but I've only used it one time. So if I do find myself wanting to draw more fairy tales inspired stuff, I would definitely use this again. And finally, for other drawing ideas, I'm always scrolling through Instagram and saving anything that I see that seems interesting. Specifically, draw this in your style challenges. I love participating in them, especially because it's just something quick and easy that I can do, participate, and I don't have to worry so much about making all these design choices because they have all been done for me. But really, most of my drawing ideas come from my personal experience, my personal life, or something that I'm observing in the street, or really from pictures that I find on Pinterest that I kind of extrapolate and come up with some idea. So after you come up with your initial drawing idea, the next step is to try to make this idea a little bit more interesting. I have the tendency, and I see a lot of people also doing that, to create very boring drawings where the person is kind of standing facing the camera with a neutral facial expression. So if you want to do something a little different, make it a bit more challenging, there are a couple of easy things you can do. The first one is changing the lighting. So think of different dramatic lighting styles. You can look at Pinterest pictures for that, or movie frames, and get some initial ideas from that. The second one are facial expressions. What story are you trying to tell? Like, what is the feeling? What is this emotion? So really explore using different smiles or moving some small muscles and telling a little bit more of a story or a moment through that. You can also change the angle, which might be a bit more challenging, but you can really try to go a top bottom, a bottom up, a side angle, a 3/4. Just move the camera around your character to find a different composition that you might like. And the last one is to add in a background, add in a context. So that way you can really explore all of these things together. Like, what is the angle? What is the facial expression? What is this person feeling? Where are they? What are they doing? Why are they there? And that takes us to the next point, which is to try to challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone every so often. So you should definitely try a different medium or a different subject matter through photo studies or whatever else you want, just to give it a shot and not feel bored. And my final tip is for you to keep a file or a running list of drawing ideas as they come up. So I have many different places where I write down little drawing ideas when I think of them, and I try to organize them in one file in Procreate, like a bunch of little thumbnails of ideas. So when I'm actually ready to start drawing, I can just pick one to continue on. And my final thought before wrapping up this video is that it's super normal to feel blocked. You shouldn't really feel frustrated about it or really pressure yourself to create something when you don't feel like it. Sometimes all you need is to really take a break and try to reset your brain. And those were my tips for drawing ideas. If you're ever feeling stuck, I hope you liked them. And if you did, if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.